When you think of tanks, you probably picture something massive, heavy, and slower rolling across deserts or urban war zones like a steel juggernaut. But that image is evolving fast. In 2025, the Stingray Light Tank is redefining what it means to be a modern battlefield vehicle, and it's doing it with a combination of speed, agility, and high-tech firepower. While it might not be a car in the traditional sense, this vehicle pushes the boundaries of military mobility and engineering. So for those interested in cutting-edge machines, the Stingray deserves a closer look. Originally developed in the 1980s by Textron Marine Land Systems, the Stingray has always been a lightweight tank concept designed for air mobility, rapid deployment, and export-friendly features. It carved out a niche among armed forces that couldn't afford the complexity or cost of full-blown main battle tanks. But in 2025, the Stingray is back with the next-generation version that's built for the battlefield of the future, digitized, networked, and faster than ever. The 2025 Stingray Light Tank isn't just a slight upgrade. It's a complete redesign that keeps the spirit of the original but adapts it to 21st century warfare. This new variant is lighter, smarter, and deadlier. With a curb weight of around 25 to 30 tons, it's significantly more nimble than traditional tanks like the Abrams, which weighs over 70 tons. That weight advantage means the Stingray can be transported by air, specifically by a C-130 Hercules or larger aircraft, making it a favorite for rapid response forces and expeditionary missions. Under the hood, or rather, the armored chassis up-in features a powerful diesel engine delivering upwards of 800 horsepower. That translates to an impressive power-to-weight ratio and a top speed exceeding 70 km per hour on roads, and around 45 to 50 km per hour off-road. For a vehicle of its type, that's fast. Mobility is the Stingray's game, allowing it to reposition quickly, escape threats, or flank targets with surprising efficiency. The firepower is where things get serious. The Stingray mounts a 105mm rifled gun as its primary armament. While that might sound small compared to the 120mm guns on modern main battle tanks, this caliber is still highly effective, especially with the new generation of ammunition types. Armor-piercing fin-stabilized discarding sabot rounds, high-explosive anti-tank shells, programmable airburst munitions. These are all in its toolbox. Combine that with an advanced fire control system featuring thermal imaging, laser rangefinders, and stabilized targeting, and you've got a tank that can land the first shot with deadly precision. Secondary armament includes a coaxial 7.62mm machine gun and a roof-mounted .50 caliber M2 machine gun for anti-infantry or light vehicle roles. The turret itself has been completely reworked with modular armor protection, allowing for upgrades depending on the mission. Speaking of protection, this new Stingray isn't a glass cannon. It uses advanced composite armor, reinforced by optional reactive armor panels and active protection systems that can intercept incoming projectiles like RPGs or anti-tank missiles. It's not invincible, but it's far more survivable than previous generations. What makes the 2025 Stingray stand out in today's military ecosystem is its digital integration. This tank is essentially a rolling node in the digital battlefield. It features secure communications, real-time data sharing, and advanced sensors that allow it to share target data with drones, infantry, and command units. It's part of a system of systems approach where no unit fights alone. That kind of coordination is essential in modern warfare, where speed of information is often more critical than firepower alone. Another fascinating element is how modular and export-oriented the Stingray remains. Textron understands that different countries have different needs and budgets. That's why the Stingray can be customized with different levels of armor, weapon systems, electronics, and even engines. Countries that can't afford high-end Western tanks can still deploy a credible armored threat with the Stingray. And because it's lighter and easier to maintain, it requires fewer resources to keep it battle-ready. There's also a growing interest in unmanned capability. While the 2025 Stingray is currently manned with a crew of 3, a commander, gunner, and driver Textron has hinted at future variants that could support remote or autonomous operations. That means a future where light tanks could scout, flank, or even engage targets without endangering a human crew. We're not fully there yet, but the groundwork is being laid. In terms of deployment, the Stingray's role isn't to go toe-to-toe with the heaviest armor on the battlefield. Instead, it fills a strategic gap between wheeled armored vehicles and full-size tanks. It excels in reconnaissance in-force missions, support for rapid deployment infantry, and urban operations where size and maneuverability matter. It can outflank heavier tanks, provide quick response firepower, and be airlifted into places where other armored vehicles simply can't go. Another key benefit of the Stingray is cost efficiency. Compared to a modern MBD like the M1A2 Abrams or Leopard 2A7, the Stingray is significantly cheaper both to purchase and to operate. That's a big deal for allied nations with smaller defense budgets or for roles where sending in a $10 million tank would be overkill. Maintenance is also simpler, and its supply chain is designed to be flexible, with many commercial off-the-shelf components where appropriate. So where does this all fit in a world dominated by drones, cyber warfare, and asymmetric conflicts? Surprisingly well. The light tank is having a quiet resurgence. The U.S. Army recently selected the General Dynamics Griffin II as its mobile protected firepower vehicle, a light tank concept not unlike the Stingray. With threats becoming more dispersed and battlefields more dynamic, having fast, well-armed, but more affordable armor on the field is increasingly valuable. And that's where the Stingray shines. To sum it up, the 2025 Stingray Light Tank is more than just a modernization of an old platform. It's a new chapter in mobile armor, blending speed, flexibility, and firepower with smart systems and modular design. Whether it's patrolling rugged borderlands, supporting airborne troops, or operating in complex urban environments, the Stingray is built for a new kind of fight. While it might not be making headlines like some of the bigger names in military hardware, its impact is growing quietly but steadily. It's the kind of vehicle that smart defense planners are paying attention to, and if you're into future-forward military tech, it's definitely one to watch.